Welcome everyone. Welcome everyone. Welcome everyone to another Ref Brandon and the Todd family YouTube video, wherever you are, whatever you may be doing. Thank you so much for making Ref Brandon and the Todd family a part of your day. We always greatly appreciate it. Today's video is gonna be a video I was gonna wait until closer to college football season to do, but I was actually asked by my good friend Eric if I would do this video, so I thought I'll just go ahead and do it and put my opinion out there, and that is the college football top 10, in my opinion, as we head into the 2021 college football season. Now, I'm not going to rank these teams from 10 to 1 because it's not a weekly top 10 countdown. It's just my opinion of the top 10 college football teams. So I'm going to rank them just like you would see the rankings if you looked at the USA Today coaches poll or the AP poll or whatever poll you like to look at. They're going to be ranked 1 through 10. And of course, if you have been following the channel since I've been doing my college football updates, you know that I've already put out a video on my opinion of the 4 teams who will make the college football playoff this year. So of course those 4 teams are going to be my top 4, but you'll have to stick around and find out who is going to be numbers 5 through 10. And just before I get to it, let me go ahead and say that the other day I mentioned there was some big news coming out in the world of college football, and I would mention it in this video, and I'm going to, but I'm not going to make it anything long because coming up one day later on next week, I'm not going to tell you what day, but one day next week, I'm going to actually put out a video talking about it, the full-length version, and I'll tell you if I think it's a good thing or a bad thing and why and all that kind of good stuff. But the news is that supposedly, according to rumor, Oklahoma and Texas are going to the SEC, and we should be getting some final word about that coming up within 2 weeks, according to all the articles I've been reading. Now, I don't know whether it's true or not. We'll have to stick around and find out. But if you have any thoughts on it, please feel free to let me know in the comments section. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get to my top 10. Now, this top 10 list is going to be another reason why I think the 12-team playoff is a bad idea, because honestly, to me, it was a struggle to come up with 10 good football teams. So therefore, it would be a bad struggle to come up with 12 football teams that deserve to be in the playoffs. But my top 4, and I'll be honest with you, my top 2, I honestly went back and forth on which one to put at 1 and which one to put at 2. I couldn't decide, but the only reason I'm putting Clemson at number 1 is because if you've been following the channel, you know that I'm picking Clemson to beat Georgia in a close game that I think Clemson pulls away with in the 4th quarter. So if that's the case, if I've got Georgia as a top 4 team and I've got Clemson beating Georgia, then I'm going to put Clemson at number 1, but I almost put Oklahoma at number 1. I'm a big fan of the Sooners as we head into the 2021 college football season. So it's Clemson at 1, Oklahoma at 2, Ohio State at 3, and Georgia at 4. And those, of course, are my 4 playoff teams. And then number 5, I've got the Iowa State Cyclones. 6 is Alabama. 7 is Cincinnati. 8 is Penn State. 9 is Miami. And 10 is the Iowa Hawkeyes. I didn't really know who to put at number 10. I was going to do North Carolina, but I'm not a big fan of Mac Brown, and I think they're overrated, so I wasn't going to do North Carolina. I was going to do Wisconsin, but they looked pitiful last year, and I'm not a big fan of their quarterback, Graham Mertz, so I couldn't do Wisconsin. I was going to do Central Florida because I'm such a big fan of Gus Malzahn and that hire, but they weren't that good last year. They were just decent at best. I don't see them going from being a decent team to being a top 10 team in 1 year. but maybe I'm wrong. So I couldn't do them. So I was like, well, somebody has to be number 10. And the only reason I put Iowa there is because they started out last year 0-2, but then they won their last 6 games to finish 6-2, and they're bringing their quarterback back and they're bringing their running back back. So I was like, you know what? I'll just do Iowa. So in my opinion, the top 10 teams as we head into the 2021 college football season are Clemson, Oklahoma, Ohio State, Georgia, Iowa State, Alabama, Cincinnati, Penn State, Miami, and the Iowa Hawkeyes. That is my top 10 as we prepare for the 2021 college football season. And I want to say thanks to Eric for asking me if I would do that, because like I said, I was going to wait till later on in the season, like a week or two before the season starts, to do it. But he asked me to do it, and I was like, you know what, I'll just go ahead and do it, and then maybe later on, the week that I was going to do my top 10, we can talk about something else as we head into the football season. It could be college football, and it could be the NFL. It depends on whether or not I get any requests to do another college football video. If not, then I'll throw some NFL videos in here as we head into the NFL season. But most people that I know like college football more than the NFL, but personally, I like both, so it doesn't really matter to me. That's just my opinion of the top 10 teams as of right now heading into the season. Now, of course, I'm not saying that these 10 teams are going to finish 1 through 10. This is kind of like the Ref Brandon preseason top 10. These would be the teams that I would rank 1 through 10 if I did a preseason poll heading into the season. If I was to get a vote in the AP poll or the coaches poll, this would be my top 10. But of course, things will change. If Cincinnati beats Notre Dame, then I could easily see Cincinnati going into the top 5 by the time we get to October. I think Cincinnati is really, really good. But right now, I'll put them at number 7, right behind Alabama and right above Penn State. I was going to just make it a top 25, but I struggled so bad on putting Iowa at 10. I thought, man, if I do top 25, it'll take me forever. So I'll just do 10. So that's my opinion of the top 10. If you have any thoughts on who you think would be your top 10 as we head into the season, not what you're saying they're going to finish, but where you would rank them heading into the season, please feel free to let me know. Let's go ahead and get our dad joke of the day in here. What do you call a man who has just finished digging? Doug. And that wraps it up for today's Ref Brandon and the Todd Family YouTube video. Until next time, it's Ref Brandon saying, just like in pro wrestling, life can be over by the count of 3. Tell your friends and family how much you love them. Bye.